Hello aspirants, welcome to MVP Vishwakosha. In today's video, we will cover most important current affairs for UPSC, KPSC and all competitive exam of 6th and 7th November 2025. In that first point, that's about Amul and IFFCO, that are the world's top cooperatives in 2025. So recent that International Cooperative Alliance released the World Cooperative Monitor 2025. In that Amul got first rank and also that IFFCO ranked second globally. So significance in that it showcase India's successful cooperative movement model and also reflects Atmanirbhar Bharat and Sahakar Se Samriddhi mission and also promotes inclusive rural growth and farmer empowerment. And also main important, you should know about that which release that one International Cooperative Alliance, okay, and also URIs, and also you should know the important point that in India that 97th Constitutional Amendment Act that added Part 9B on cooperatives. Okay, so that's about Amul and IFFCO that ranks world's top cooperatives. In that practice question, which of the following organization release the World Cooperative Monitor report? Options are World Bank, FAO, International Cooperative Alliance, IMF. Answer is C, that is International Cooperative Alliance. So in that practice mains question, the rise of Indian cooperative like Amul and IFFCO reflects the power of community-led economics and discuss their role in inclusive and sustainable rural development. In the economy perspective, this question is important. That's about recent that Amul and IFFCO ranks the world top cooperatives. Next topic that is about India-Israel Defense Cooperation 2025. So in that 17th joint working group on defense cooperation that held in Tel Aviv, that is in Israel, main focus on AI, cyber security and co-development of defense technologies and also strengthens defense innovation and make in India capabilities and also importance because it deepens strategic partnership under India's defense production policy 2020 and also it will promote technology transfer, counter-terror cooperation and joint research and development. So in that perspective, India and Israel defense cooperation is very important. And also in that practice MCQ question, which of the following areas were covered under the 2025 India-Israel defense MOU? So three answers that is artificial intelligence, cyber security, maritime boundary demarcation. So in that four options 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So answer is that is A 1 and 2 only. Okay, that maritime boundary demarcation is not there. So artificial intelligence and cyber security. So such type of questions will come in State Public Service Commission exams and all UPSC and all exams. Okay, and also in mains practice question, examine how defense cooperation with Israel support India's technological self-reliance and national security objective. So in international relations security perspective, it is very important. So that's about India-Israel Defense Cooperation 2025. Next is a topic that is about UNEP Emission Gap Report 2025 that is released by United Nations Environment Program. The main theme is to off-target ones of 2.3 to 2.8 degrees Celsius global temperature rise. That main highlight that global pledges that is insufficient to meet Paris goals and also calls for accelerated renewable transition and carbon neutrality and also India's role a champion of equity, climate justice and renewable capacity growth that 100 gigawatt by 2030. All that is important. Okay, so that is about UNEP emission gap report 2025. In that practice MCQ that the emission gap report 2025 is released by. So options are IPCC, UNEP, UNFCC, WMO. So all the full form you should know. So answer is UNEP, International Environment Program. And also in mains practice question, analyze the implications of UNEP's findings for India's climate policy and global climate equity. So in environment perspective, it is very important. So that's about UNEP emission gap report 2025. Next is Operation Chhatru in Jammu Kashmir, that is anti-terror action. So Indian Army and Jammu Kashmir Police launched Operation Chhatru in Kishtwar. Main objective is to neutralize infiltrators hiding in forested terrain, and also intelligence-based joint operation reflects synergy between local police and armed forces, and also important that is strengthen India's counter-terrorism framework. In that perspective, that operations and all very important. Okay, so Operation Chhatru in Jammu Kashmir anti-terror action. Next, in that practice MCQ, that Operation Chhatru was launched in which district of Jammu Kashmir? Kupwara, Kishtwar, Baramulla, Pulwama. So answer is Kishtwar. So in that mains question, very important in internal security. Discuss the challenges and significance of intelligence-based counter-terror operations in mountains terrain. Very important. Discuss. So that's about recent Operation Chhatru in Jammu and Kashmir anti-terror action. Next news that is about Guru Nanak Jayanti 2025, 5th November 2025 on Kartik Purnima. So that is occasion of 556th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Devji. So main core teachings of Guru Nanak: equality, seva, that is service, meditation, that Nam Japa, and also sharing. Okay, all that is very important. Some of the core teachings, and also some that he will promotes that social harmony and ethical governance, and also it will reflect India's pluralism and spiritual ethos. Very important, that Guru Nanak Jayanti 2025. And also in that MCQ practice question, Guru Nanak Jayanti 2025 was celebrated on Amavasya of Kartik month, Purnima of Kartik month, Ekadashi of Kartik month, Purnima of Ashada month. So answer is Purnima of Kartik month. So in that mains practice question, explain the relevance of Guru Nanak's teachings in promoting ethical leadership and social equality. So ethics perspective and culture perspective, it is very important. So that's about Guru Nanak Jayanti 2025. Next is news that is about PLI scheme for special steel, PLI 1.2. So that is actually launched by Ministry of Steel. Main objective to boost high value steel production, reduce imports. Okay, main features in that is almost rupees 6,322 crore outlay, and also MSME inclusion and financial year 2024-25 as base year. Main aim to rupees 44,000 crore fresh investment, and also it will alliance with Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat initiatives. So very important that PLI scheme, and also in that means MCQ practice question, that PLI scheme for specialty steel is implemented by Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Heavy Industry, Ministry of Steel, NITI Aayog. So answer is Ministry of Steel. And the mains practice question, evaluate how the PLI scheme for special steel contribute to India's industrial competitiveness and manufacturing self-reliance. In economy perspective, it is very important. So that's about recent PLI scheme for specialty steel, PLI 1.2. Next news, that's about Finland's support for India in United Nations Security Council bid. So in that Finland President Alexander Stubb backs India's permanent seat. Okay, in UN, and also rationally even risk relevance without India's inclusion. Importance that strengthen global support base. It also reflect India's role in peacekeeping, democracy, and global governance. It is very important. So that's about Finland support for India's United Nations Security Council bid, and Finland's support on India's permanent seat. In that MCQ practice question, Finland belongs to which regional group in the United Nations? Eastern Europe, Western Europe, and other groups. So Nordic Council, Asia Pacific group. So answer is there is Western Europe and other groups. So in that mains practice question, analyze how global support for India's United Nations Security Council bid aligns with India multilateral diplomacy and leadership aspiration. Okay, international relation perspective very important. So that's about Finland support for India's United Nations Security Council bid. Next news that about Japan USA exercise, that is Rising Thunder. So participants Japan ground self-defense force and US Army. Location Yakima Training Center, Washington, USA. And the main focus on live fire, anti-drone training, electronic warfare, and interoperability. And strategically important that strengthening in Indo-Pacific alliance, that recent Japan-USA relationship, all that is in international relation, very important. So that's about Japan-USA exercise Rising Thunder. Next MCQ practice question in that which country participate in Rising Thunder military exercise? USA and Japan, India and Japan, USA and Australia, India and US. So answer is USA and Japan. Exam perspective, very important question. Also means practice question, assess the significance of US Japan joint military exercise for Indo-Pacific stability and defense modernization. security perspective, very important. So that's about Japan USA exercise Rising Thunder. Next news that about Google project, that is Suncatcher AI in space. So recent that space-based AI data center powered by solar energy developer Google prototype launch by 2027. Okay, and also it is 8x higher solar efficiency in orbit and also reduces land and cooling burden on Earth, and also main challenges are space debris, regulation, cost, data privacy, all that perspective very important. So in that it will launch that prototype launch by 2027. So that is about Google's project Suncatcher A in space. In that MCQ practice question, project Suncatcher is related to satellite internet service, solar powered AI data center in space, interplanetary communication system, and weather forecasting satellite. So answer is solar powered AI data centers in space. Mains practice question: critically examine the opportunities and challenges of space-based AI infrastructure for sustainable technology. That is in science and technology, very important. So that's about Google's project Suncatcher AI in space. Next, last news that Umngot River, that is Meghalaya, turns murky, that is brown color. Okay, so here location Western Jaida Hills, Meghalaya. So that issues crystal clear river turned brown due to road construction, soil dumping. Main cause siltation from NHIDCL's Shillong Dwaki project, and also that affects tourism, ecology, and livelihoods. Very important that case study in development versus environment, and also that river important in environment perspective. In that practice MCQ question, which factor led to the murkiness of Umngot River? Chemical pollution, industrial effluent, soil dumping from hill cutting works, sewage discharge. So answer is soil dumping from hill cutting works. That means practice question. Discuss how sustainable infrastructure planning can prevent ecological degradation in fragile hill ecosystem like Meghalaya. Environment perspective, it is very important. Okay, so that's about last news that Umngot River Meghalaya turns that murky. So that's all for today's current affairs update from MVP Vishwakosha. Revise these topics well. Okay, consistency builds confidence. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for daily updates on UPSC, KPSC, and all competitive exams. Thank you.